Oh my gosh, I've accumulated 22,450 Alaska Airlines miles just from doing this one trick. That's insane. I hadn't actually calculated it, and it only let me go as far back as December 9th. So from December 9th to now, I've gotten 22,450 miles. Hello again, welcome back. For those of you who are part of my daily life, you know I talk about travel hacking a lot. Some of you might even be sick of it. Now, I know there are many travel experts out there, a lot of influencers on social media, there's books, online courses about travel hacking. But what I find lacking sometimes from these things is that sometimes you don't see the behind the scenes and what it actually takes to do travel hacking. So if you're someone like me who's just a regular person who loves to travel but doesn't always have the means to do so, maybe this video may be helpful for you. So how the heck did I rack up that many miles from December till now? It's March, by the way, or March 21st. Well, Alaska Airlines has a partnership program with Cars Safeway here in the state of Alaska. So I know a lot of people know about this program, but they don't use it to the full potential, and it drives me nuts. I know a lot of people just think it's like you go, you shop at Cars and you get like a 1-to-1 ratio of what you buy in groceries. Well, you can get miles that way, but did you know that pretty much every weekend the Cars app updates and they put out 4 times on gift cards? So you can get 4 times the points. Sometimes they comes out with 8 times points, 10 times points, 12 times points on certain gift cards. This is the key. This is how you get the most out of this program. I know what you might be thinking, but I don't need gift cards. But do you get gas? Do you buy clothes? Do you go out to eat? Do you buy coffee? Do you need home supplies? You're already gonna be spending money on doing these things, so you might as well get something out of it. So for example, every other weekend, I clip the coupon on the app for the 4 times on gift cards, and then I get a Circle K gift card, and that is how I get my gas. I need gas for my car, so I might as well get something out of it. So I get 4 times the points for getting the gift cards on something that I was gonna do anyway. Now, one important thing to mention is that I have a plan for my money. I know a lot of people freak out with the word budget. So I'm not gonna call it that. I'm gonna call it a plan. So every paycheck I update my spreadsheet. Yes, I have a spreadsheet. And I plan out my bills, different spending categories. I also have a planner where I see all of my events, holidays for the month, and where my money is going to go. So I have an idea of what I need to spend for that month. Being organized is truly the only way that you can successfully travel hack. Because if you're not organized, if you don't know where your money's going, you could get into more debt and defeats the purpose of travel hacking. Sometimes this part is left out of a lot of what we see in social media. You see a lot of people getting products, sharing their product links, or traveling all over the world, but they don't really show the planning aspect of it and how it is that you actually pay for these items. By the way, I just want to clarify that I still do have debt. I am still traveling while paying off debt, so it is possible. And the only reason I've been able to do this is because I finally became organized with my money a few years ago. Organizing my money and being able to visually see where my money goes has helped me so much. So it's helped me say no to certain things. So like, let's say you have pop-up events or someone invites you to a show or dinner unexpectedly. I have no problem saying no because I can visualize everything that I'm saving up for or things that I want to do, and I know what I would be giving up if I say yes to certain things. If I didn't have that visualization, I'd just be like, sure, I'll figure it out later. Like, sure, I'll go say yes, 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 and yes, which is what I used to do. But now I'm more aware of where my money is. Like, I tweak numbers and stuff, but I can visualize, okay, I have this trip, I have this trip, I have this thing to do, or this event. I cannot say yes to this new random event because then it takes away from the other stuff. But okay, enough of that. Back to the travel hacking. In regards to the gift cards, I want to give some more specific examples. before I move on to other stuff. So like for one example, for one of our trips, we needed to get some totes. We could have easily just gone to Lowe's and gotten the totes, but instead I clipped the digital coupon, went to Cars, but got a Lowe's gift card, then went to Lowe's, got the totes and supplies that we needed and got extra points for that. I also, in fact, just the other weekend, we had to replace our vacuum. So I went to Cars and got a Lowe's gift card and then used that gift card to get our new vacuum. So got points for that as well. And again, I only get the gift cards when it's 4 times points at least. And that's typically on the weekend. So I plan ahead. So I try to space things out because again, I plan out where my money goes. I can't just like do it all at once. Also one weekend when Bath and Body Works is doing their Disney collection, I went to the mall first. I saw what products they had, kind of calculated how much I was going to spend, and then waited until the weekend when Cars updated the app and I clipped the coupon, and then I went and got a Bath and Body Works gift card, and then I went to the mall. So yes, it's a few extra steps, but it's worth it in the end because you get miles and I get to go on my trips. So there really are so many ways for you to get points through this program if you live in Alaska. Another example is I also check, and whenever I see the 8 times, 10 times, or 12 times points, those are specific to, let's say, a specific restaurant or store. And if it's in my, almost said the word budget. If it's in my plan, then maybe I'll get it. But I try to space it out, and throughout the years I kind of collect these gift cards, especially if they're the 8, 10, or 12 times points range, because that gives me a lot more miles. And then I hold on to them, and then they become Christmas presents. If it's like for a restaurant, I'll just give the gift card, or if it's for a store, I will then around the fall time, Christmas time, go to that store and use the gift card to buy the Christmas present. So the person's still getting a gift, they just don't know that you bought it with a gift card that you got for points. So yeah, the gift card strategy is one of my favorite travel hacks. It's helped me a lot. They do try to get you to use your points for price reduction on gas or like $10 off of groceries, but don't fall for that. That is, or I don't know. If you do, I'm not judging, but if you are trying to travel, you would get a lot more value if you save those points and just use them to transfer to your Alaska Airlines miles. And in order to sign up for the program, it's very easy. You go on your desktop, go log into Cars, you can use your phone number, use your mileage program. It takes like a couple minutes. I've signed up a few coworkers and my oldest kid, she's travel hacking. I'm so proud of her because she looks at the app, she goes, and because she's on her own doing her thing, and she's gotten enough miles for her trips, so that's a win. Okay, if you've seen my recent videos, you know that I just went on my first Disney cruise and I absolutely loved it. Loved it enough that I now have another Disney cruise booked. I did not do the placeholder option. If you don't know what that is, that's when you are on a current Disney cruise while you're still on the ship, they give you the option to kind of hold your place for another Disney cruise. You don't have to pick a date. I think you have within 2 years to pick a date, and they give you a 10% discount. Because I'm a planner, I did not choose that option because at that time I didn't have the money for the deposit and I didn't know if I was going to be able to afford another cruise. So I ended up booking the next cruise later when I was already back home. Now, to book the deposit for that cruise, I used my handy dandy Capital One Venture X card. And I chose this card because when you book a Disney cruise, it codes as travel. And if you don't know, if you look at your statements, each purchase codes as different things like entertainment, travel, dining, groceries. So for anything that codes as travel, this credit card, the Venture X, gives you the option to erase travel purchases. So for anything that codes as travel, you could erase them with this credit card using the Capital One miles. I have a lot of them, or had a lot of them, and I know I could have booked flights or whatever, but I chose to use those miles to help erase the purchase for the deposit so that it could help in some way. So that way this cruise doesn't hurt my pocket too much. The cruise isn't until next year, so I have a whole year or more than a year to plan out. So I gotta figure out more ways to travel hack it. Now I have no idea what the heck happened, but 2025 is the year of many trips. I think I have 5 or 6 trips this year, and I would not be able to do these trips without travel hacking. I was just recently able to book round-trip flights for 2 of my trips, and though they were both out of state, using just miles. So all I had to do was pay for the taxes. That's amazing. And I'm not the only one that has Alaska Airlines miles membership program thing. We all do, so we all accumulate miles, so it's not just my miles we're using. So for one of my upcoming trips, I was able to use Hyatt points to book a suite at one of the Hyatt houses. And the way I did that was, as if you've seen my Kauai video, Brian and I both have the Chase Sapphire preferred card. So we get points using this card. Since we're married, he's able to transfer his points to my account, and then from my account we transferred to my Hyatt account, and then there and was able to get a free suite. And normally I would just stay at a Hyatt, but for this trip we're gonna move to a different area where there's just a Hilton that's close by. So I was like, how can I travel hack this? And so I ended up getting Hilton Honors credit card that has no annual fee, and with the welcome offer after hitting the minimum spend, I'll have enough for a room there. And yeah, so I'll be staying at a Hilton. Also for that same trip, I used the Capital One Venture X card to book our car rental. So with that card, you get $300 for travel every year, as long as you book through the Capital One portal. So I did that, I booked through Hertz, and so I didn't pay anything for a rental car. So again, that helps so much. I'm not someone that's just gonna book a trip because there's a deal going on. I know you see a lot of people on social media that can do that they can just hop on a plane and go to Europe because there was a sale on miles or flights were cheap. But I'm a mom, I'm working, I have to use PTO. I can't just get on a flight and take off, maybe one day. But that's not me right now. That's not how I do travel hacking. I do it to try to minimize the cost of our trips. I didn't grow up traveling. I was raised by a single mom who worked multiple jobs. Traveling was a luxury. It wasn't something that was part of our day-to-day lives, but I always had the travel bug in me. I've always wanted to travel for as long as I could remember, and I am so happy, so blessed that I am able to do that now, and that I'm able to take my kids, my friends, family members to different trips just by learning how to play this travel hacking game. Because points and miles, oh my gosh, it makes such a difference. I know there's a lot of people, when I go on trips, they think I pay everything out of pocket, and they're like, how can you afford to travel so much? And so I just wanted to share a little bit of how I am able to do this. So yeah, as always, thanks for watching. I hope you found this video a little bit helpful. If you're a traveler, I hope you can learn to play the game too and get out there and see different parts of the world. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.